Hello, medical writers. I will not procrastinate anymore to tell you these tips on how to overcome procrastination. Did you know that almost 20% of adults consider themselves chronic procrastinators? And 87% of college students think they are procrastinators, and half of them believe that's hurting their grades. But what to do? You and I are not alone. All of us have a little procrastinator living in us, and it's human, but we can get better. How? Bear with me. I'm going to share the tips once I give you some context. Let's think about why we are procrastinating, what we are procrastinating about, when we are doing it the most, and how we are doing it. Did you know your procrastination has a personality? There are active procrastinators who are thrill seekers. They use deadlines as a positive metaphor and seem to get a higher adrenaline rush from working up the deadline. About half of the adult procrastinators are active procrastinators. But there are the passive procrastinators, someone like me, who view the tasks like tall mountains that's too steep to climb. They feel pressured about their ability to complete a task and feel pessimistic about their ability to follow through. I used to be a passive procrastinator, especially managing my finances. So, what kind of procrastinator are you? Are you getting more energy before deadline, or you are afraid of the task? Whatever you are, let's not be super harsh on yourself and remember that procrastination does not always equal time wasted. Referring to John Perry's book, In the Art of Procrastination, where he mentioned, and you will probably agree too, when we avoid one task, sometimes we can get a lot done. We can accomplish a lot by doing other tasks that are less aversive. So we are not always wasting time. Sometimes it helps. But the problem is that procrastination does take us to the dark playground. And I have been to that dark playground. You have been there probably at some point. Imagine watching the whole 19 seasons of Grey's Anatomy when I should really work on my portfolio, when I should really get the project done, right? It's not me, it's the instant gratification monkey. Embedded in our mind is that monkey that lures us to do fun stuffs and avoid the world. And the problem is that with this fun monkey in charge, we spend a lot of time in this dark place where the air is filled with guilt and anxiety. And the more we stay there, the closer to a panic mood we get to. And that's the moment when we hate ourselves, we feel like sore losers. So let's get to the point now. How can we manage to procrastinate less? And when we procrastinate, how can we use that to our advantage? And let's be practical here. Don't set our expectations to never procrastinate or something that we know is not smart or realistic goal. For starters, let's not call ourselves procrastinators. Yes, we do procrastinate sometimes. We avoid some tasks more than others. Probably we procrastinate more at home than at work. But labeling it as our trait is not going to help us minimize it. Yes, we do take our sweet time to initiate some tasks. So let's focus on how to reduce the length of that sweet time. Let's notice without judgment. Once we are not leveling ourselves and taking off the judgment, there will be less shame around it, making us feel lighter, energetic, and initiate the task rather than fearing it. And this is what helped me the most. I'll share two more tips from my personal toolkit. One of them are called 10-minute rule. When I delay a task or project because I see it, as a steep mountain to climb, I follow this 10-minute rule where every day I spend 10 minutes on the task. If I don't get anything done, it's fine. I don't lose much. But if one day of a week that 10 minutes leads to 20 minutes, an hour, I get a lot done. Most importantly, I get to the momentum where I overcome the fear and get the activation energy. And this is what happened recently with me writing the Udemy course when it felt like too big of a task. I followed every rules of project management, breaking it down, scheduling, adding buffer time, everything I could do, but still I couldn't just get started. And then I applied that 10-minute rules. And at some point, one day, I created one slide. And then from there, it was way easier. The next tip I'm going to share is the 1 minute rule. This is more for organizing. A lot of creative people struggle with physical organization. So, at any time when I want to tackle a mess, which, yes, there happens to be a lot of mess around me, I take that 1 minute and do whatever I can in that 1 minute. Boiling water for the coffee, or warming up food in the microwave oven, or downloading a file, or waiting for someone to join the meeting. In that brief minutes, I'll get just one or two things done. And these baby steps help a lot. So if you have some tip that helped you the most to overcome a slump, let us know in the comment box. And I'll see you sometime soon.